right, everyone, welcome back. I'm excited for today's deep dive.
Yeah, this should be a good one.
It really should be.
Yeah.
We're tackling a topic that I think is on everyone's minds at one point or another.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And that is refrigerator water filters.
Yeah, who doesn't love clean water?
Right.
Yes.
You're at the store
Mm-hmm.
looking at this wall of filters.
There's so many options.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
which one do I choose?
Yeah, they all claim to do the same thing.
They all make these big promises.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's going to make your water taste amazing.
Right.
And it's going to filter out all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
But how do you know?
do they really do what they say they do?
That's right.
So that's what we're diving into today.
Absolutely.
We're looking specifically at the Everydrop by Whirlpool filter. 1. EDR1RXD1.
That's the one.
We want to figure out if this filter lives up to the hype.
Let's break it down.
So to start off, one of the things that caught my eye was this NSF certification.
Yeah, that's usually a good sign.
It sounds official, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, I'll be honest, a lot of times I just kind of glaze over those labels.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Like, what does it actually mean?
Right. What's the practical significance of this for, just someone who wants clean water?
Right. You don't want to need a PhD to figure out your water filter.
Exactly.
Well, luckily, with the NSF certification, you don't need one.
Okay.
It means this filter has actually been put through some really rigorous tests.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
By a third party called NSF International, and they don't mess around.
Okay.
They want to make sure it can handle all kinds of contaminants.
Like, what kind of things are we talking about?
Well, this particular filter meets the NSF 53 standard,
Okay.
which means it's been tested and proven to reduce lead.
Okay. Mercury.
See, that's one of the things that I always worry about with, like, older plumbing and stuff is lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially for families with young children.
Exactly.
Lead can be a serious issue.
Yeah.
I remember reading something about how even, like, small amounts of lead can be harmful.
Oh, yeah. It's especially dangerous for kids.
Yeah?
It can really affect their development,
Right.
their brains, their nervous system.
Yeah, scary stuff.
Exactly. And that's why that NSF 53 certification is so important.
Okay.
Because it means this filter has been specifically tested to remove lead.
So it sounds like this Everydrop filter could be a good option for people with concerns about lead in their water.
It really could.
And one of the things that always makes me hesitate with filters is, remembering to change them.
Ugh. Yeah, it's the worst.
I'm terrible at remembering those kinds of things.
Well, the good news is this one is not too bad.
Okay.
It's a 6-month filter or 200 gallons,
Okay.
whichever comes first.
So I don't have to, like, set a calendar reminder or nothing?
No, it's not like a complicated thing.
Okay.
Some filters have all these sensors and beeping.
Oh, yeah.
This is, like, nice and straightforward.
And I'm assuming changing the filter is pretty easy to do. I'm not exactly a handyman.
You and me both.
So
Yeah.
no need to call a plumber.
No. It's designed to be super user-friendly.
Okay.
Like, they say less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that I can handle.
Yeah, exactly.
5 minutes, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's basically twist and lock.
Okay.
Super simple.
All right. That's good to know.
And, just like anything else in your house,
Mm-hmm.
you got to keep up with the maintenance to make sure it's working properly.
Right.
Like changing the air filter in your car.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't change that, it's going to affect your car's performance.
Right.
And it's the same with the water filter.
Okay. So regular replacement's key.
Exactly.
Got it.
Keeps the water flowing clean and fresh.
All right. So we've talked about the NSF certification, the contaminant removal, the ease of use.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get down to the most important question.
Hit me with it.
Will this filter work with my fridge?
Ah, the compatibility question.
Because, there are so many different brands and models out there.
You're telling me I've seen the inside of enough refrigerators to know
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of variation.
So is the Everydrop filter limited to just Whirlpool fridges, or can I use it with other brands?
Okay, so good news.
Okay.
This filter is compatible with a whole bunch of different brands.
Like that.
So we're talking Whirlpool, of course.
Okay.
But also Maytag,
Uh-huh.
KitchenAid,
Okay.
Amana Genair, and even some Kenmore models.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they've really tried to cover their bases.
It sounds like they have.
Yeah, so there's a good chance it'll work with your fridge,
That is good to know.
no matter what brand you've got.
All right, so it's compatible with a bunch of different fridges.
Mm-hmm.
It filters out contaminants.
It does.
But at the end of the day, how does the water actually taste?
Mm-hmm. The taste test.
Right. Because that's really what matters.
Absolutely nobody wants to drink water that tastes like a swimming pool. Right, you want it to be clean and refreshing.
So does filtering out all the impurities actually improve the taste, or does it make it bland?
Well, think of it like this.
Okay.
You know how when you make coffee,
Mm-hmm.
you use a filter to remove the grounds?
Right.
And that gives you a smoother, more flavorful cup of coffee.
It does.
This filter does kind of the same thing for your water.
Oh, okay.
It removes the stuff that can make your water taste off.
Like what kind of stuff?
So things like chlorine,
Mm-hmm.
sediment,
Okay.
those things can really affect the taste.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And so by removing them, you're left with water that's cleaner, crisper, and more refreshing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's not just about safety.
Uh-huh.
It's also about enhancing the taste.
Okay, good, because I was worried about that.
Yeah, no worries there.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
We've talked about safety, convenience, taste.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one more aspect I want to touch on.
All right, what's that?
The environmental impact.
Yes, the eco-friendly factor.
Because, we're all trying to be more conscious of our choices.
Absolutely.
And using a filter, it seems like a good alternative to buying bottled water.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm curious, are filter cartridges really that much better for the environment?
That's a great question, and the answer is yes.
Hey, great.
They really are.
Good.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Plastic water bottles, they're a huge problem.
They are.
They end up in landfills.
Yeah.
They pollute our oceans.
It's sad.
It is really a problem.
And they take forever to break down.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of years.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So by choosing a filter,
Mm-hmm.
you're significantly reducing your plastic footprint.
It's good to know.
Even though you are eventually going to have to dispose of the cartridge,
Right.
it's still a much better option than constantly buying plastic bottles.
Right. So there you have it.
The verdict is in.
The Everydrop by Whirlpool Filter 1.
A worthy contender.
It seems like a solid choice for anyone who wants clean, great-tasting water. Yes, absolutely.
Without the hassle of bottled water.
Or the guilt
Exactly.
of all that plastic.
So now that we've reached the end of our deep dive, I will leave you with one final thought.
I'm all ears.
When was the last time you really stopped and thought about where your water comes from?
Ooh, that's a good one.
The journey it takes
Yeah.
from its source to your glass.
Right. All the infrastructure involved.
Yeah, all the people who work to ensure that we have access to clean, safe water.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is, and it's something worth appreciating.
Absolutely.
So next time you take a sip of water, remember, it's more than just a drink.
It's a precious resource.
And it's something we should all value and protect.
Couldn't agree more.
So until next time,
Happy hydrating.
stay curious and keep exploring.
And cheers to clean water.
Cheers.
Cheers.